In this breathtaking chapter of our India series, we journey to the mystical golden city of Jaisalmer. Perched like an ancient sandcastle on the edge of the Thar Desert, this UNESCO World Heritage City once pulsed with life as a trading hub connected to the historic Silk Road.
From storybook Havelis, we climb to a dramatic lookout, witnessing a rare sighting of greenery after a long, unforgiving drought. We explore centuries-old Jain temples, then head deep into the desert for an unforgettable night under the stars among the dunes.
Come with us as we uncover the wonders of Jaisalmer and the magic of the Thar Desert in this epic desert adventure.
We pick up from our last journey, where we uncovered the layered history of India's capital, Delhi, and explored the atmospheric alleys and fort of Bikaner.
All right, Shiki, where are we heading today?
We are heading to Jaisalmer.
Jaisalmer. How are we getting
Desert. Train.
Train, the local train.
The local train.
Apparently there's
air conditioning.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Apparently there's no air conditioning today, and a few of us might have to sit on the roof, so we'll see what happens. Miranda might be on the roof.
We're not going to sit on the roof.
All good, Shiki?
All good. Got natural air conditioning.
There you go, the good stuff. Hey, there's fans! I didn't even notice those. Yeah, I know.
One thing we found truly unique to India, artists performing aboard moving trains. For the price of a few coins, we got front row seats to performances that turned an ordinary ride into something unforgettable.
Alright, cool. So we're in Jaisalmer. Look at that, tropical oasis. This is desert, right? I think it is.
Emerging from the golden sands of Rajasthan, Jaisalmer was founded in 1156 AD by Rawal Jaisal of the Bhati Rajput clan. He chose this oasis for its strategic power, a natural refuge at the crossroads of ancient trade routes.
So we've got the Queen of Jaisalmer here. Look at this. Havelis.
I love this little nook area.
So it's Miranda to spend the time.
Look at the views. And then we have like a separate living room area.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
This is kind of cool. So we're in the golden city of Jaisalmer in the western Thar Desert of India. It's known as the Golden City due to its beautiful sandstone construction. We're staying inside the fort of Jaisalmer, and we're going for a little bit of a walk. There's actually been some rain recently, which is quite rare out here in the desert, and we're going to go check out one of the lakes nearby and hopefully see some of the bird life in the area. First impressions of Jaisalmer, Miranda?
Beautiful.
Stunning, isn't it?
I love the architecture.
I feel like this is like the romanticized version of what India is for a lot of people that don't come here. It's absolutely beautiful, much, much cleaner than what we've seen so far. It almost feels like you're on a movie set. This place is stunning. So this is the local ice cream with saffron and
sweets and spices, and we've got the local lassi with nuts and spices and fruit. It's good, isn't it? Delicious.
Yeah, it is. I haven't tried the lassi yet. So this is delicious.
This is a pleasant surprise. This is far more beautiful than I was expecting. This is absolutely stunning here. This. What do you think, Cheeky? Pretty cool?
I love this place.
Our guide Ravi was just saying that normally if you come here outside of the wet season, it's completely dry, but they've had recently a really big downpour and now it's nice and cool. It's beautiful.
Gadisar Lake is a shimmering lifeline in a sun-baked land. Fed by the monsoons, it has sustained weary travelers for generations, a crucial stop for the camel caravans traversing the Thar. Thanks to this water source, Jaisalmer flourished into a desert stronghold and a dazzling merchant hub.
Wandering just outside the fortified heart of the city, we found the real pulse of life. Open-air markets, buzzing with locals, stalls and spirited negotiations. We stopped at a rooftop restaurant with views of the fort and live Rajasthani music echoing through the night air.
So this here is Ganesh, and he symbolizes good luck and also knowledge. So you'll see him in all the people's houses, in the cars, notice in the taxis. A lot of people are curious about this symbol here, which I'm sure many people know as a swastika. It's pronounced the same in Hindu, except it's facing a completely different direction. It goes clockwise, which means prosperity and good luck and good health, whereas facing the opposite way, like the Nazis did, actually meant destruction and bad luck and despair. So it was almost suiting. And the reason why Hitler chose that is because he had an obsession with symmetry, being a failed student of an Austrian art school.
In Jaisalmer, you'll spot vibrant murals of Lord Ganesh adorning homes, blessings for newlyweds painted during marriage celebrations. These vivid tributes call for prosperity and harmony, turning city walls into sacred storytelling canvases.
Jaisalmer's architecture is nothing short of awe-inspiring. While its roots stretch back to the 12th century, its golden age came in the 16th, when trade routes transformed the city into a trade hub to and from the Silk Road.
Just beyond the main fort, we wandered into a quieter neighborhood filled with Havelis, majestic sandstone mansions carved with astonishing detail. Built by wealthy merchants between the 18th and 20th centuries, these homes shimmer with the same golden glow as the fort, blending Rajput elegance with Islamic artistry.
So we're in one of the Havelis, one of the beautiful old houses here in Jaisalmer, and this Haveli itself belonged to one of the prime ministers of the Jaisalmer area back in the 1800s. So the person who showed us through, he is actually the great-great-grandson of that prime minister, and it's still intact, absolutely stunning.
We continued our Haveli trail, drawn towards the most elaborate and exquisitely crafted mansion of them all, a true architectural treasure.
So behind me is one of the most beautiful Havelis in all of Jaisalmer. It's called the Pachvar Haveli, which was owned by the richest family in Rajasthan at the time of construction, which was back in 1840. Unfortunately, it was abandoned when the border was formed with Pakistan because people couldn't access through Pakistan from this area here, which is only 150 kilometers away. It has actually fallen to ruins on the inside, but there are some external international companies that are actually wanting to help restore this on the inside. So hopefully one day it'll be back to its former glory. So we just had a fantastic morning walking through this beautiful old 12th century fort here. The golden city Jaisalmer itself is absolutely stunning. It's almost like a labyrinth, these beautiful old sandstone buildings. The actual city itself has a population of about 80,000 people, whereas the inner fort area where we currently are right now only has a population of about 2,000. About 80% of the 2,000 people that live here inside the fort actually work in tourism. So all the stalls and stands we see around here are just catering purely for tourism. So you actually have to go outside of the fort to get any of the local produce and the marketplaces themselves.
You can see how the workmanship is done. This is all couching. The metallic thread is placed onto the cotton and this is a patchwork which is made from the dancers' dresses. Like we bought old dresses of dancers. We cutted these dresses up and made this beautiful patchwork. Lot of work. In today's time, if I ask one woman to do, she might not finish this work in 6 months' time. There is so much work. You know the origin of all the gypsies around the globe. It's from Jaisalmer. Doesn't matter which country, doesn't matter which continent. They all come from there. They migrated long back. And if you've heard of a very famous artist called Gustav Klimt, this might give you the impression of his painting called The Kiss. And we believe in India, or especially in Rajasthan, that he was inspired by us. No, because this tradition of patchwork is older than his existence, you know.
We're going to rest up right now in the hotel for a little bit, and this afternoon we're going out to a beautiful viewpoint, and then we've got a special dinner planned. That is absolutely spectacular, the view that we have there of the city of Jaisalmer there. You might notice it's quite green around here, and I did mention earlier that we are in the Thar Desert, and that's because we are right in the heart of the wet season, which typically starts towards the end of July and runs all the way up until mid-September. So during that period, on and off, unpredictably, there will be showers, and we've just come off a period of heavy showers, so everything around here looks bright and green, unlike it normally is.
Back at our hotel, we soaked in a golden hour sunset with a rooftop dinner as the city blushed under the fading light. This was one of those perfect travel moments in a place that feels like no other on Earth.
We turned in early, eager for the incredible day that awaited us.
So we're about to visit the Jain temple complex here in Jaisalmer. There's actually 7 different temples inside here we're going to check out. The interesting thing about Jaisalmer is that the majority of people that live here are actually Brahmins. Very, very small percentage that are actually Jain. These temples go back to the times of the Silk Route trade times when a lot of Jain people would come here, and they actually had a temple complex in here for the travelers.
Hidden deep within the walls of the Jaisalmer fort is a breathtaking complex of 7 Jain temples. Built between the 12th and 16th centuries, each is devoted to a different Tirthankara, enlightened souls who've transcended the cycle of life and death in the Jain belief.
One of the unique features of the Jain temple are all the intricate sculptures and carvings that you see. These temples here go back to the 16th, 15th century. Past these temples are over 500 years old. Really, really cool.
These temples are masterpieces, filled with ornate carvings in marble and sandstone, intricate domes and cosmic motifs. As one of Rajasthan's most revered Jain pilgrimage sites, the energy here is peaceful, spiritual, and deeply humbling.
puppy. Wants belly rub, belly scratch. Oh.
Alright, I've got my desert attire. We're about to head out into the Thar Desert and spend the night overnight in the dunes. The desert itself is a really, really hot, sandy desert. They say in the summertime here it averages around 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. Last summer they actually broke a record in history. They said that it was the hottest they'd ever recorded there, which was over 55 degrees Celsius. So I'm not sure exactly what to expect. It is late afternoon and I think it's about 35, 36 here in Jaisalmer. So hopefully it doesn't get too much hotter out there in the desert, and we're going to spend overnight in the dunes sleeping under the stars. Not even a tent, so looking forward to that. So we have arrived into the Thar Desert. We're here for our desert camping. You excited about it tonight, Miranda?
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful.
You might be able to see behind there where we're set up. We'll show some more shots of it a little later on. The interesting thing about the Thar Desert right now, our dune camping, is that it's not so much of a desert at the moment. They've actually received like really, really heavy rainfalls in the last few weeks, considering we're right in the heart of the wet season at the moment. So everything's been bright green. All the fields are full of grass. He was joking around when he came through and he said, "Welcome to New Zealand" to us. I'm like, yeah, cool. But there are some pretty cool dunes here. One of the things you can do in the Thar Desert, which some people do, is the camel riding. One of the cool things about Intrepid is that they don't actually conduct any animal-related activities, and the reason why they don't is for ethical purposes. There's no way that they can guarantee the welfare of the animals, and more often than not in a lot of these places the animals aren't generally looked after. You know, things like elephant riding and camel riding and things like that. I actually have, to be honest, done some camel riding before in Morocco when we went on safari out there, and in all honesty, I think it's actually quite an uncomfortable experience, so I'm kind of glad we're just sort of chilling this afternoon anyway. Hopefully we get some nice shots for sunset.
The Thar Desert, stretching across western India and into Pakistan, is vast and otherworldly. A 200,000 square kilometer sea of sand that was a vital corridor connecting India to Central Asia and the Middle East. Despite its tough terrain, the Thar is home to wildlife, resilient communities, and a history that runs deep through every grain of sand.
Had sunset, or kind of sunset. We didn't get to see much due to the cloud cover, but it's still very, very beautiful up here. The guy we're just talking to, the farmer here, actually said that it's been 6 years since they've had a heavy rainfall here, and the one that they've just received is the largest they've had in 6 years. So everyone here is quite happy. You know, everything's quite prosperous in the area. So even though we didn't quite get the desert experience that we're expecting, I think it's great for the local communities. Also, he did mention that in this direction over here, 65 kilometers away is the border of Pakistan. So this is the closest I've ever been to Pakistan.
It's good, yeah, very good. That's some good chapati. The traditional way, right? This is paneer. This is paneer and is butter paneer or masala?
That night, our desert camp was visited by a curious scavenger, a desert fox who dashed past just before I could catch it on camera. At dawn, we woke to the sun rising over the dunes, silent, golden, and unforgettable.
Alright, Chicky. We're in the Jeep. This is the Jeep crew.
Jeep crew.
Yo! The benefits of being in an open air Jeep. So we're heading back now to Jaisalmer, and then in the afternoon we're getting a train to
Jodhpur. I almost forgot.
I like putting her on the spot. Cool. Let's do it.
Next up, we travel to the enchanting blue city of Jodhpur, where a mighty fortress watches over a maze of cobalt streets, rich culture, and mouth-watering cuisine. See you there!
Hey guys, just a quick message. We really hope you enjoyed this video. Many hours of work goes into every single video we make, and we try to make them to the very best of our ability.
We take the time to choose the best travel destinations and the best adventure activities so that we can provide you with top-tier content.
However, the only way our channel can grow is with your help. If you enjoy our videos, please leave a comment letting us know along with any questions you may have, or if there's anything you'd like to see more of.
Interactions in the comments section, along with liking our videos, is what gets us exposure on YouTube, along with sharing this video. If there's anyone you think would enjoy our videos, please share and help us grow global travel stories. We thank you for your support.
Oh, this is all foggy.